Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Spotfire session. I hope you have all had a wonderful weekend. Today I want to talk to you about appreciation, and in particular to talk to you about invisible work. So as part of my Teams That Thrive program, I basically work through a lot of issues to do with appreciation, because one of the things that I'm acutely mindful of is that many people in workplaces feel that they are not valued, that they don't feel respected by their employer, that all of their hard work and efforts don't get seen, and this is going to have a major impact on their level of engagement and the way in which they connect with the rest of their team. So I have developed a little game that we play when we get together. It's an exercise that you can do with your team at any time. I would absolutely encourage you to run this exercise with members of your team on at least a quarterly basis, but you could do it more often than that. And it's what I call looking for the invisible work. And this is a concept that actually came out of watching a game of football, because I am a huge football fan, and I was watching this game one day, and this superstar player, Robbie Gray, who plays for Port Adelaide, basically looked like he'd run around behind this pack and kicked a goal. But the reality was that he only had that space to run around to kick the goal because another one of his teammates had, Jack Watts, no, it wasn't Jack, anyway, had blocked the opposition and provided him with the space to run around so that he could kick the goal. And that's what often happens is that there's a lot of people in organisations who might be considered the superstars or the front person or whatever, who get all of the accolades for the great results that the company might be doing. But in reality, every single person is contributing in some manner, shape or form to the performance of the company. It's just that we don't see them, and we don't often acknowledge all of that invisible work that's so crucial, because it's on the edges, or it's unseen, or it's taken for granted as being the norm. But in any organisation, whether you are the CEO or the cleaner, chances are that you are doing work that is for the benefit of the rest of the team, that at times might not be seen. So how do we see that? So what I do is I get in a staff meeting, I tell everybody that there is so much work that gets done by the entire team, by every member of the team on a regular basis, that is potentially outside of their job and person spec, like it's over and above what's required of them. And it is work that is crucial to the performance of the team. And this is an opportunity for people to write all that work down, and then to acknowledge the work of their teammates. So I always get people to write these things down. The first one is that as soon as somebody speaks, they have put an idea into somebody else's head. So we always get people to write things down first. Don't let them speak. Let them just brainstorm by themselves first, and then we can share the information. So they brainstorm what is all of the good work of these people that are doing in their workplace, and it's an opportunity basically to see that work and to thank them. So that goes around, everybody writes that down, you give them a minute or so to think about that, and then literally we just go around the group, one at a time. Who would you like to thank? And what is just so good is that as this message goes around the room, as everybody is thanking other people and seeing their work, then suddenly there is such a high level of connection and love in that room, because finally all these good deeds are being seen. So some of the examples that I have come across when I have done this exercise are reception staff being just the most awesome gatekeepers. It might be thank you to the person who takes the tea towels home on a weekend and washes them and brings them back without being asked. It might be the person who stays back every night to lock up. It could be somebody picking up somebody else's calls or letting them vent to them after a really difficult client. It could be anything. But what's really lovely is that once they start seeing all of this work, they will start seeing more of this work, which is why I think you need to do it on a regular basis, is to go back and revisit this exercise so that there's an opportunity for people to revisit their thank yous, but because they'll start seeing it, they'll start thinking about it a lot more, and they'll be able to say, oh, and thank you so much for that. And then you just create an environment where people are much more likely to say thank you than they might have been in the past, because they're seeing the work that other people are doing, because you've made the invisible visible. So what I'm going to do is in the notes below, I'm going to add a link to the worksheet that I use. It's not mind-blowingly complex, but it is something that I use. So, you know, you're most welcome to use that with your organisation and try it. See how you go. But look for people doing good work, because when people start saying thank you, when people start seeing this work, then the reality is that they start seeing more and more of it. And when people get thanked, when they feel appreciated, when they feel respected and acknowledged in the workplace, then their engagement levels will increase and they will feel more connected to the people that they're working with. So look after people, provide them with an opportunity to see the great work that other people are doing. All right, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Cheers.